All right, and we are back in a tiny bit out of order. Hi, I'm Michael. We do have our sound this time. I know what happened last time because how OBS gets when you do the split screen thing is I was getting stuff arranged for people. So yeah, we had no sound last time. We do have sound this time. My Michael pronouns he him, and if we want to go through and introduce ourselves.
Oh,
Hi, I am Nessa, she, her. I will be playing Rosalind, aka Marrow, also she, her. And, you know, someone said,
uh-oh.
oh. Oh, are we okay for sound? Sorry.
Ibrahim
Yes.
said, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh."
Okay. Well, I play, I don't know, like if one of the X-Men had more teenage angst and wasn't one of the X-Men, that's kind of thing. Bone Spider-Man.
That is not a request, by the way. Bone
Bone
Spider
Spider.
Man.
Oh, God. Get me pictures of Spider-Man being boned.
Boning.
I want Spider-Man boned up and boned down.
I'm Sarah,
Left,
she,
right.
her. I'm playing Zaylin, they, them. Uh, like Starfire, but orange. Starfire is orange. Yeah, like
So like
Starfire.
Starfire.
Hey, folks. I my name is Ibrahim. I play Jester slash Billy. He is imagine if a crypto bro was like actually not that into crypto. That's him. And I think
Is
that's
this because
all
of the
you
meme
need
I
to know.
posted?
So you're just a bro?
Yeah. Yeah. And to just justify my I did to the wrong Twitch account when I commented, so the thing I said did not make sense.
Oop.
Ah.
But when Mo and I were switched, I was Mo for a brief moment.
Oh, is that what people were
Oh,
going on about? I was
is
like,
that
"What
is
was
that the
that?"
nameless domain? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, I thought it might be. I know a Mo who does some stuff on Twitch and who was up
Wait,
where.
wasn't Nameless Domain just streaming like a
They're
couple hours?
streaming now,
Oh,
but I was still signed in.
I was like, "Aren't they streaming stuff?"
Hey, folks, don't leave here. But after this, if you want to go watch their Pokemon Showdown charity tournament, you do that later. After
Yeah, after
us
Nice.
first.
Also, hi, I'm Mo. There's your pronouns. I play Isadora Reyes, aka Obsidian. She, they pronouns, the beacon, punch, punch, kick, teleportation button. I don't know. Like,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, and
Also,
Steve's daughter must have gotten home.
Mhm.
yeah, that Steve is
He's
Johnny.
just Steve.
Yeah.
So Steve.
Speaking of
Steve will be
charity,
back. Mhm.
the thing that I'm in town for raised over $6,000 for children's hospitals this weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I said I would get a tattoo of the moon if we got $3,500 in under basically like the first like 12 hours or so, which we did. So guess who's getting a tattoo of the moon?
Where at?
Nice.
I don't know. I think maybe like here. I haven't decided
You
yet.
should get it on your
That's a
butt.
good spot.
So you can moon people.
That was
you can
also
double moon people.
Michael.
Ooh.
Genuinely, that was also part of it. I was like, but also I was like, I'm definitely going to be filming this. So how many people do I want to see my butt?
Just do a lot of
I'm fine with a
squats.
good number. I'm fine with a good number of people seeing it.
There's like a range. There's like
There's a range.
If it's like
30
15
to
people,
30
I feel like it
30
wasn't
to
worth the
100.
effort. But if it's more than like 6,000, it starts to get weird.
It does. But also when it's out there, it's out there. Do we want to do a quick recap? Because I
Sure.
remember almost nothing. I'm a post mortem ad taker, and we had some sound issues last week. So
Correct. You want to go over what happened last week?
I remember a couple things that happened last week. So last week we decided that we were all going to be prom kings and queens.
It's
We
true.
have a master list of like I think a total of like 9 people that are going for prom king queen positions, if I'm not mistaken.
Rosalina, Billy, Issa,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Rosalind, Tommaso, and Gammers are both getting posters made.
Yes.
You've got Tracy is doing a very, very slick ads for it.
Yep. Got Tracy, Billy, Rosalind, and Rosalina going for Queen. And we've got Zaylin, Johnny, and Issa going for King. Issa broke things off with Marietta. Got into a fight with Jack. No, didn't. Almost got into a fight with Jack. And Issa and Nina reconciled in a very cute scene where they decided they were actually going to try. So that was nice. Zaylin and Johnny are going to prom.
Obvi, but
Big
they had a whole
whoop.
conversation about how
Yep.
was it obvi? It was, but that's how teens have conversations.
Remind me,
Yes.
did you see the video of the person asking his girlfriend to prom with all of the things on the side of the road? And she sees it like, will you go to prom? That's an awful way to ask somebody out. And then when he was like, he pulls out a question mark, and then she's like, well, that was you? And then she's just like crying her eyes, like, I'm so sorry.
That's so cute.
Like, that's stupid. Oh
Oh no.
but I love you.
It wasn't stupid now that I think about it, now that you did it. But no.
Stupid, romantic. They're very similar.
I don't remember. There might have been something with Billy, but I cannot remember it. All I remember is asking Gammers to make posters.
I feel like I can't remember if this was last week or the week before, where Billy was pulled into the office and basically was like, "Hey, don't sue because for such reason." And then you demanded, like, did you get your own room like Johnny did?
That was the week before, and
I did ask for. I did not get the room though. I did ask for it.
Yeah. Instead,
They
we
wouldn't
have
give me a
mandatory. Yeah.
They wouldn't give
Instead,
me
we have
a wank
mandatory
room.
evacuation spots.
Hmm.
You could jerk off in the evacuation spots, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we keep calling it that?
You shouldn't.
Why are we keep
Don't.
calling it that?
It's a bad idea, but you can do it. Was there anything else that happened that week? It was a short one,
No.
so
It was pretty short.
It was about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this week I'll need to end kind of closer to 9 so I can make sure I can get up early to get my stuff I need to get done this week done.
Okay.
Okay, I think we ended with you all like I think kind of getting together. There's lots and lots of planning. I don't know if you also had found out that Jason Blake had been released on his own recognizance, like told not to leave the basically told not to leave the country, stay in the city, etc.
Which, like,
Yep.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Because justice is different
Wild.
for the super rich.
Wild to let him in particular out.
Important question. So, if he flees extradition and Jester was to find him and teleport him back to U.S. soil, does that, like, if he does, how does that affect things? Like, does that get rid? If he flew to a non-extradition country and Jester was to somehow, like, maybe not Jester, random teleporter, were to somehow grab him and bring him back to it, or not even to the U.S., to an extradition-based country, are you free to extradite them, like, legally?
I mean, the thing is, I think once someone's been captured, they've been. I mean, I don't know if you get in charge of like I don't know if you get in trouble for like a kidnapping charge on that, but it's also like if someone runs and they're kind of brought back one way or another.
Is it kidnapping or being a
bounty hunter?
a bounty
Vigilante.
hunter,
Yeah, can I break his parole by teleporting him outside of the bounds of his parole area?
yeah. I think that's kidnapping. I think at that point, because he went against his will.
I think this is where we start to get into the whole using superheroes as the reason why weird things happen. Like, I was not in control of my own body at that time. I'd been mind controlled by so and so.
Yeah, listen. I know that I like crashed into 17 houses and like said nothing can stop me. I'm immortal. I love crashing my car through houses, but I was mind controlled. So
there we go.
Was it really me?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? But yeah.
What day of the week is it?
I think we were on a Monday, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we started the week.
Love starting the week.
I love
know.
it. Michael, really quick, when is
Testing.
my interview set up? Because I feel like I have a limited amount of time before something gets out.
I think we'd had that for the next day. Testing here.
Oh.
What
Did we
test-
lose audio?
No, not on. There's a thing with Twitch. It's not picking up the Razor for whatever reason.
Ooh.
The Razor
I've got a Razor.
microphone.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, we're hearing you, so that's weird.
No, it's coming through here. We're talking about. Okay, this is not Twitch. This is specifically TikTok.
Mm.
Oh. Okay. So yeah, for whatever reason,
Thank you all for the like everyone's videos are messed up this weekend. I thought that TikTok just really hated my promotional videos for a children's charity.
all right. Yeah.
TikTok
really
was
do
like, stay
hate
in your
children.
lane.
Yeah.
All right.
Or that like maybe it was mad at me for being in a different state.
Let's say we've got we can kind of get stuff ready for the interview Tuesday after school.
Okay.
And I think they wanted to see about getting the entire elementals together for that.
Oh right, I forgot I had asked you all to be there.
Show support.
Are we still doing interview, or it became kind of like a press conference thing, even though that wasn't my thing that I was really gunning for, didn't it?
Well, less a press conference and more like it'll be a thing. Like press conference is different than like a televised interview. So this will be a televised interview.
Did we still get Maddow, or are we with someone different?
Yeah, with Rachel Maddow.
I want to hear Michael's Maddow.
I don't think I just heard her on she was on Smartless. However, I don't think I have a good Maddow.
Okay. All right.
I'll try.
Okay.
Nice.
Maybe your cadence is the thing that I can get, because here's what it's all about. And we're gonna bring it to you.
That's really
right
close.
Like
actually.
I can get the cadence, I'm not gonna try the voice.
Yeah.
Cadence is good enough, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Half the battle.
All right.
So where are we at school?
Yeah, the Monday evening, was there anything that you all were doing? After you found out that Jason Blake is getting released?
Just working with cameras on those posters and getting them up as fast as I can.
I think Issa and Rosalina are making their own posters.
Zalen's doing TikTok dances to campaign.
How comfortable does Zaylen look doing those TikTok dances?
Not.
Are you
But
showing?
But they're enthusiastic. Like,
Well, the 2D6 mundane.
Just slightly more comfortable than I myself doing TikTok dances, and I've never done a TikTok dance in my life. So
Oh.
One of those would be much cuter if you were trying to do it and a little awkward, then someone came behind and was actually killing it. You first turn around and be like, "Oh, Dad," or whatever.
I probably am keeping an eye out to see if anyone has heard anything about Dominus.
Okay.
But I don't know if I would hear anything. I just feel like anyone on Reddit seen Dominus at like some kind of 7-Eleven or something, and instead it's just more art.
More art.
Yes, I use the word art used loosely.
Anything in particular you want to do then on Tuesday, during the day? I'm assuming we're getting posters and such put up. You're having like lines are starting to get drawn in the school itself.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like put up posters and be present. I don't know. Like Issa's like looking at Rosalina for a lot of guidance on how the hell to do this.
Yeah. So Rosalina kind of sits with Eats at one point. Like we were making posters and goes, "Okay, we have a small problem.
Okay.
Like the entire Elementals team, or almost all of you, are going for prom king or queen.
Yeah.
There can only be one king or queen.
I honestly don't care if I win. I just don't want
Issa, you're not going to win.
I know.
I'm running.
I'm running for king,
Oh,
pendeja.
that would be so awesome! Oh, if you
God.
won, that would be awesome.
I told you this. This is why do you think it says king on my posters?
I got very excited about. I had never been like a homecoming, like a prom queen. I'm sorry. I've been a little involved with myself
I see
because
that.
because I get to be homecoming or prom queen.
And I see that. And we just don't want Tracy to win. So that's why we're all kind of going in and like, but if you get the most votes,
Mm-hmm.
we'll
But
push for you.
But is it going to split the votes from people who like from people who like the elementals, and some people are not going to vote for you? But here's the problem: who is going to be voting for me if it's split?
I'll vote for you.
Aw.
Here.
I'm voting for
But-
me too.
But you better. Because I'm also voting for myself for prom king. Because I can.
Yep.
I mean, you get like Gammers, right? And Maeve and everybody else. You've
Although-
made friends. You have so many friends at the school. You have more friends than I do.
She goes, if you get out there more, you're so busy training.
I'm sorry, I have a secret identity in life that I fight crime.
I have a secret identity to life too.
Like, what do you do in your free time as you?
I'm a drug dealer.
Okay.
She goes, I'm a criminal and a student all at the same time. Family would be proud.
The family would be proud of you. They'd be so mad at me.
We don't have to tell them.
Hopefully we'll never will.
So, Billy, are you actually running for queen, or did someone decide to do that for you and head and told
No,
you?
I'm running for queen.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
I think that Billy's been all day just like putting up these huge, lavish posters that him and Gammers have been working on. I think that he's got like this oversized, like blow up shot of him sitting on like a Game of Thrones throne with one leg dangling over the arm. He's got like a half unbuttoned shirt, wearing like a long, like, I don't know, dress thing that's draping down the stairs. And it's just like, Billy's the one to choose. You've got nothing to lose. Vote Billy for prom queen. Yeah, I think that's Billy's campaign is based
And
around
so
making him
that's how
look
Johnny
cool as hell.
dies, huh?
And that's how Johnny dies.
Yeah.
Like he lived,
Oh,
jerking off in the bathroom.
Johnny died. Wait, what? Hold on a second now.
No, I
Yeah.
mean the thing is, you're gonna get to go back
Sorry.
and see how awesome it was. But like, I was just playing your character while you were gone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'd ask if that's okay, but we don't do that kind of stuff.
I can't believe Dominus showed up and did that. That
Yeah.
seems like against the Geneva Convention.
Okay.
Ah, anyway, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Y'all seen that
No
picture
worries.
of the guy in Pompeii where he died and it looks like he's whacking it?
Yeah.
Like, looks like you're like the alleged murderer. He looked like he was murdering someone on national television.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think with the exception of with Johnny, Issa, and Zaylin all running for prom king, Rosalind, Rosalina, and Billy going for queen. I think just leaves Johnny just kind of off on his own.
Well, Johnny was signed up for prom king, but we was like, "Don't make me any posters. I did not consent to this."
Yeah, so I guess you guys were all doing that while I was gone?
We were just talking about that, yeah.
We put up some posters. I don't think Marrow has any posters up because I can't remember if I just jumped on at the end because everyone was doing it, or if I did it at the beginning. So I'm like, shit, someone's got to do this, and then everyone else was like, I was like, damn, I don't actually have to do this. I feel like she's still in the running, but it's just like I'm not putting up posters. They'll remember later.
Mm-hmm.
Wish we
They'll
had
get
another
into the
king.
ballot booth and be like, damn, Rosalind was running. Didn't even know.
There's going to be a lot of people who definitely vote for the wrong person between Rosalind and Rosalina.
Oh,
I might have to
definitely.
withdraw. I might have to withdraw before then, just for Rosalina, because she deserves it. Or she could cheat. That's an option. We'll discuss it later. We don't have to.
That sounds about right for her, honestly.
I still
Yeah.
think the funniest option is Johnny and Billy.
You mean the
That is the
best
funniest
option?
pairing.
Yeah. But you said
Yeah.
that. Well, I guess you could just put out a tweet the day before. You don't need posters. You have star power.
Mhm.
You should tweet about Billy winning.
Yeah, Johnny's gonna try to stay out of it as best as possible.
Fair.
So there are no
Also-
posters of Johnny up?
Nope. We didn't even make
Okay.
any.
Damn.
He didn't ask.
No, he specifically told Tommaso to I was like, make posters for everyone, but make Johnny's a little shitty because he asked not to win. And Tommaso was like, Johnny was like, told Tommaso, don't make posters for me. And I was like, and Tommaso was like, is it fine if I don't make any posters for Johnny? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
So, one thing you notice over the course of the day is there was the really kind of slick Tracy posters that had been put up. The Gamers was fairly sure were put up by Chuck Carlson's PR team because it shared a lot in common with some of the things that they'd often would see in Chuck Carlson's promos. And there were other people who put stuff up too, but like throughout the day, you actually see some of the people taking down their own posters, like as they're kind of going through and looking at, like mostly, basically seeing a bunch of these really slick ones for the Elementals. Because right now, Issa and Rosalind are the only ones who are people don't know about, but Rosalind's is going to change like tonight.
Yeah.
So, are you putting up posters yet, or are you waiting?
No, I don't have anything. I think I have them printed, but I'm like, eh.
Otherwise, people are going, why are there also why is there incredibly slick posters for most of the Elementals and then Rosalind?
Graphic design is their passion.
Also, to be fair, mine Issa's do not look like the other ones. Issa's look like handmade quality posters, like
I mean,
they used to.
You have slick ones available for you if you want.
I don't want to use Gammers.
These are from Tommaso.
No, they're from Gammers.
Tommaso
no,
also made posters for us.
Billy's are from Gammers.
Billy's are from Gammers. I made ones for everybody except Johnny from Tommaso.
Oh, so I have posters?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Everyone has
Also-
posters, and all of your posters are great, except for Issa's.
Mine are hand painted, hand quality.
And Johnny's are bad.
Johnny's don't exist.
Yeah, I think Johnny, at one point you have someone in the school's like, why don't you have posters up, man?
For what?
Prom King.
Oh, I didn't sign up, so I was signed up for. So I'm not putting posters up. If I win, it's gonna be because everybody just knows, and if I don't win, I
confident
don't.
as fuck, man. That's super confident.
You have my vote.
That's
Oh no!
baller as fuck. You're like, I'm just so cool. I don't even have to put PR because, of course, everyone knows you.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the way it is. I don't know. Like I'm really hoping Zaylin wins. I think they could use that confidence boost. So my vote is going for Zaylin. So if anybody wants to vote for me, please just vote for Zaylin.
Issa, you're in another class. At one point, you hear a guy and a girl like at the same sort of table with you talking. It's like, do you hear about Johnny? No, apparently Johnny's just like, I'm so fucking high and mighty. I'm gonna like my entire team is putting up posters and shit, and I'm not gonna even have to do that to win. Like, how do they put up with him? Jesus Christ.
And I think like while they're talking, like under the table, Issa's texting the groups like, apparently Johnny's hot shit now. LOL.
I think
Is that to
when
me?
isn't he?
That's to the group.
When isn't he? He's always on fire.
No, he's just getting shit talking English class right now about about not needing to put up flyers to get votes or some bullshit.
You just see like the ... then it stops. Then you see it go for a little bit, and then it stops. And then you just go, it's just too much to text.
Isa just sends like laughing with tears emojis because she finds it shit amusing.
I
Does
sent
she-
Johnny a proof that's like, we can't have two prom kings. Don't vote for Johnny, vote for Zaylin. And it's like a Johnny poster, but it's like, not me, my partner.
When I was in high school, I actively voted against, or actually ran against being voted president of the thespians,
Ah.
Mhm.
because I was doing stuff with the college, and I wasn't doing as much with the schools. So I'm like, nope, not me. Make it like I vote for Brandy, who got president.
Nice.
God.
Okay.
But
Uh,
God.
At one point, Billy. One point is as you're kind of going through the hall, like you notice that someone has kind of come to your side and then matched pace with you, and it's Tracy.
Ah.
And she just looks over and goes, "So you're on Mad Out tonight."
Yep. Yeah.
I think Chuck Carlson's got some interesting things you're going to want to also see this evening. And just sort of
Jesus.
smiles and then like heads into her class.
That's really weird to say, Tracy. It's a
And then
grown man.
she kind of like stops and pokes her head out and goes, "I haven't forgotten about my father." And then heads back in.
I have.
Wait, is Tracy's dad fucking Manga Man?
yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Jester has.
she didn't. That's
Yeah,
she was reminding
evidently.
you.
Yeah, I think there's a moment where Jester's like, what is this? What's happening with your dad? Oh, fuck, yeah, that guy. Forgot about that. I think I'm just gonna text the group chat and be like, yo, while we're on Mad Out tonight, we should probably somebody should open the stream for the for Truck Carlson's thing. There might be some weird stuff going on.
Oh,
I'll get
Sarah just
Rosalina
sent
to do it.
Hmm?
I'll get Rosalina to do it.
Yep. TiVo it.
I just
Evo.
sent a bunch of screaming emojis.
Why did I say TiVo? I don't think TiVo has been relevant for 15 years.
They exist, probably.
There's someone's grandma. Like, I'm gonna put it on the TiVo.
Yeah.
We had an email today that was sent around saying some student has lost their Nintendo, and I'm like, how old is the person who sent this? Oh, did you lose your Nintendo?
Did you
Turns out
lose
they
your
lost
Mario?
Turns out they lost a PS2.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm like,
A
it's
classic
probably a
PS2.
Switch, but when they just say a Nintendo,
I hope it was a GameCube.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Switch.
A Game Boy Color.
Fair,
A
fair. But
DS?
didn't the eShop isn't the eShop down?
it turned out to be
Yes.
a Switch. Anyway,
Look, I have Binding of Isaac already downloaded. What else do I need?
Fair.
is there anything anybody wants to do before you go to Mad Out tonight?
No, I think something the next day after it, but yeah.
Do I
good.
see Nina at all today after our competition that we had yesterday?
You see her. At
Or
one
did she
point-
avoid me?
I've had a busy week. I think you left where she said she just needed some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she's and yeah. There's a little bit of the like, hey, I'll make a joke while you're leaving, and she kind of goes by at one point and is like your posters, but then kind of hurries on.
Okay, that's fair. A little bit of boost, but like, not much. Matto.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you end up in the television station. She's come in from New York, which not terribly far away. Got kind of flown in, and they're all set up in this station, and greets you ahead of time. Comes in and like is the whole group like one big in a single green room?
Yeah.
I wouldn't see why we wouldn't be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would say Obsidian's still in like mask and such. Is everybody
Oh.
else?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there everybody else like not having face masks and such since?
I I've got mine on because technically Rachel Maddow doesn't know, and
until
Yeah.
this will be
Johnny's always in uniform.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like the uniform, but with the mask off kind of look. Like, you know who I am. We don't need to play, but
The
mask
actual
off for
mask
now.
itself is more tradition than needed.
Right, exactly. Yeah, just probably sipping on some Monster, I guess, if they have it in the green room.
All right. Yeah, she comes in. She's like, "Hi, welcome." And kind of like each person's name. Like, do you prefer like Johnny? Like, anybody here who prefers to go by their hero name other than Obsidian?
I think Obsidian looks over to Miro.
Marrow is fine for now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, goes through. It's like, so we'll be talking about. Oh, I see the problem. And it was Starflame, right? Was your mom's name?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. They prepped them on that.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. All right. Well, yeah. Then yeah, we're gonna be talking about Starflame.
Yeah, because they would need to know, like, some of what it's going to be about.
Fair enough. At least this is just for the audience for a little bit.
Okay, let me get rid of that. Any quick notes here.
You know what this is reminding me of? This is completely out of game. This reminds me of during the 80s when Kiss went on MTV without their makeup.
Vaguely. Yeah, raise your hand if you were alive in the 80s when Kiss went on MTV without their makeup.
I was born in 97, partners.
A little before my time, but I watched a lot of TV as a kid, so I saw a lot of the old MTV stuff.
Was never a Kiss guy. But that does sound disconcerting.
It's I don't know, I'm getting that vibe.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they kind of get you all set up in the chairs and such, and there's just a bunch of like makeup and double checking, like lighting and everything else, and getting microphones and such set. Until you're good. This is some of the stuff you've done here and there before. Some of you a little bit more than others. And it begins. It's like we have a special. We have a special production this evening where we're going to talk about the elementals, someone that's been in the news, which has brought new and renewed attention when it comes to having high school superheroes actively be known in the school year that you live in. And like it shows a couple clips of people on the like Senate floor, like, I'm telling you, it's not correct for us to have superheroes in the classrooms, bringing dangers. And then kind of going through and shows a couple different senators and Republicans, or senators and representatives, sort of going on and on about it, kind of on both sides, where some people supporting and some people against. And cuts back and it's like, and the elementals have currently been the linchpin of that entire conversation because of what's happened in the news recently with Jester / Billy being sort of unmasked. And we're here for a couple reasons today, but partly Marrow.
Thanks for having us, Rachel. And I'm gonna like lift up and take the mask off.
And if you would like to introduce yourself, because people at your school right now are probably going a little bit crazy, but our regular audience is not aware of you as they may be of Johnny or Zaylin without the mask or Billy more recently.
It has been a minute since I've been in the limelight, I guess. I'm Rosalind Winters. You may know me as Starflame's daughter.
And there's a moment you can see like a package of Starflame sort of appears. It shows some stuff. And how old were you when your mother died?
I think around 7.
So old enough to remember, but did you expect to follow in her footsteps?
Kind of, actually. It was always very much hoped that one of her children would inherit her powers, and I was the oldest. It always just seemed like it would would be me. And then one day I'm in middle school and I've got bones growing out of my arm and face and nothing's on fire.
Well,
And
actually,
I realized, hmm,
if I can correct you a moment, you are not the oldest of Starflame's children.
that's right.
Were
I have
you
an older brother.
raised with Chuck Carlson, or did you have um, any contact with him as you were growing up? Because there is quite an age difference between you two.
I mean, he was at the funeral. Um, he visited a couple of times after it happened, and I didn't think we were gonna like go live with him or anything, but I would have thought he would have wanted to be a presence in our lives. And at the time, I remember rationalizing it being like, well, he's very young. He's got a life to lead. He doesn't want to be weighed down by two younger sisters who are decades younger than him. He doesn't need children around.
Well, we
Little did I know.
definitely know he
I,
didn't need children around. Billy,
Yeah, I
how long have
mean,
you known that Rosalind was your sister?
Cousin.
well,
Or
Cousin.
technically aunt.
Your aunt.
It's very odd. But I would say that Rosalind is more like a sister to me. I mean, we've only, sort of put the pieces together very recently. It's difficult when you grow up without a parental figure there to sort of help explain these things. But, through our own efforts, we were able to put these puzzle pieces together and figure out our relationship to each other. And it's been nice, having this opportunity to connect with family.
A little bit of family in the team, which I mean, we actually have a little bit more with. I mean, Zaylin and Johnny, you two been in the spotlight for about a year now, or
Mhm.
close to. How has
Yeah.
that affected you and the team?
It's been hard. School's been hard. Been suspended a couple times for situations. We were just trying to help.
Um, ultimately, I don't think our relationship has hindered the team at all, but it has caused a lot of complications at the school. People use, trying to pit us against each other in like petty ways. It's 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 silliness, honestly. But as far as the team is concerned, I think everyone kind of knew that Zaylin and I were a thing before we even admitted it, so I think it was kind of expected.
So no pressure from the group, though.
No, not really. We've actually been very on the same page lately, and that's a testament to our growth as a team.
Which leaves us with we've not yet heard from Obsidian. As of now, being the only member of the team whose identity is unknown, how does that change things for you, be as a part of the group or when you're all together?
Have to be careful. Can't let anybody know these days. And as much as I like them in and out of the uniform, I can't show that I'm really with them. And of course, her voice has dropped a couple octaves when she's talking too. So
Out of uniform, I
Where's
can't be
Rachel?
with them. Swear to me.
I think it's like more for it's like whenever I do like my literature readings, like you think that these things we understand are something that like it sounds like she's like an elderly like a middle-aged woman the way she puts on her airs.
Okay, and then so Fanachi goes, we do have a lot to talk about because just in the last few days, the status of kind of the rest of the world is goes with the elementals has had some changes. For example, I mean, you have taken on in the last year a number of villains, a number of of things have happened. We've had some kind of widely publicized destruction to the school and some buildings near it. We have had fights with, and like you're seeing like pictures of some of the various ones that you've fought and such up there. But really, when it comes down to it, we have to sort of look at, you helped put Jason Blake away, or at least put him on trial. He's currently been released on his own recognizance. You have taken down 3/5 of the Omegas, leaving, or half rather, half of the Omegas, leaving the premier superhero team fractured. And you've also made a fairly big enemy when it comes with your father, your brother, Chuck Carlson. This is much heavier leagues than most high school, like most teenage superheroes deal with small time villains and stuff around them. But how has it affected you being on the world stage?
Is she looking at anyone in particular, or is she just like
Just
isolated between all?
this is to everybody.
Okay.
I think it weighs on us quite a bit. Honestly, maybe I'm misremembering because I was a child and you try to protect kids from these things, but I don't remember my mom dealing with half as much as we did in a single week. I don't know if it's because we're young. People think I like to turn to Rachel. I'm like, I can't say fuck, right?
You cannot.
Because we're young, people think they can mess with us. That like we will go down easy or won't or hold back more or something. But I, I just do you remember Starflame having this many people come to her in her element on a weekly, monthly, bi-monthly basis?
I don't think quite as quickly as you've all had to deal with it.
Yeah. And she was one person. We're a team of people. Um, so that's definitely affected part of it. And it's also very difficult to be, especially to be a younger person in the limelight and have to make mistakes and have all these decisions that you make that you have to make in the moment. You have to choose between what am I going to do? Am I going to let all those people in a church die, or am I going to risk some things and potentially maybe somebody gets hurt, but maybe a lot more people stay alive? I have to make that decision quickly. My brain's not done. I'm not good at making decisions. Maybe I fuck up and all of a sudden it's national news. But also at the same time, who else is going to do it?
And we're also put between a rock and a hard place because we have the power to do something. And if we don't, we're going to be on the news for not doing something. And if we do something, we're going to be on the news because we didn't do it appropriately or the way that everybody else thinks we should have, but they're not in that position. Most of the time, we have a split second to make a decision on what we're going to do and how we're going to effectively save lives. And nobody can understand that pressure because they're not there,
Well,
sitting behind a desk.
the question there might be then, should teenagers who are untrained be the ones making those decisions?
Who says we're untrained?
Is there a training that you've gone through that we might be able to, that people might know about?
None that y'all need to know about.
I think what our esteemed captain is saying is that we are very physically honed, and perhaps maybe instead of every single time this being a decision of trial by personality or media, that maybe we could set up some kind of commission or governing body that would keep track of teenage superheroes and dole out necessary reprimands, or potentially something along the lines of like maybe we could put together a training course. Like we all know how to fight and we do some media training, but maybe we could do better on, maybe somebody could do a course on how we deal with certain situations, like which civilians need to be evacuated first. Like structural building structure stuff, things like that.
So, Rosalind, you're saying that you would actually be interested in setting up some sort of a committee that would have some sort of power over teenage superheroes?
It could be voluntary at first. Honestly, I know we've definitely been in some situations where I wish I knew more about first aid. hell, there've been situations as a civilian where I wish I knew more about first aid. It is a dangerous world that we live in. I'm sure there's plenty of people, other superheroes out there, who wouldn't mind catching up on certain aspects of what it is we do, and filling in holes, or specifically like first aid for some like plasma burns or other crazy shit that happens.
Yeah.
The thing of it is, the villains aren't going to stop just because we're teenagers. They're not. And we've had people attack the school. We've had weapons at the bottom of the school. We've had situations happen with villains or with heroes that aren't good people at the school. And the school's done nothing to stop it, and the adults in our lives have done nothing to stop it.
And so what you're saying is, with great power comes a need to do something about it.
Well
Legally distinct.
Legally distinct.
I think
Rachel, you should get that quoted. Put that on a t-shirt.
Also, I think one of the things that isn't brought up enough is a lot of times we're the only option. I mean, the school was attacked before, and it took the elementals 10 minutes, or the Omegas 10 minutes to get there. We're at Rosewood Stinkin' Academy. A villain drops through the ceiling, can grab any child there and leave, and that's $1 million ransom. They don't have to stick and wait for the 10 minutes for a hero to show up. What are we supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit there and watch a villain take a kid when I have the power to stop it?
And what happens if the villain is a fellow teenager? What then?
Such as this, was it Professor Friction?
Was he Professor then? Or was he Mr.?
It's very unclear.
At the time, it was, yes. At that time, it was Professor Friction.
It's Dr. Friction now.
I believe he's gotten a doctorate
He
since.
he has changed his name, and Michael has really worked on improving his status amongst the community and peers, and I commend him for that.
But there are plenty of
Graphic
other
design.
students at that school who encourage behavior and harassment and bullying of us. I'm not going to say we haven't made mistakes, but we've never been malicious with our fellow classmates. And I kind of like give a look to Issa, just like keep your mouth, like just like a don't
chewing on her bottom lip.
I brought joy to the family that had been torn apart by divorce. I showed up to help my fellow students.
Michael was like, it was like somewhat like, you could Google it to find out that like that particular guy was Professor Friction, right?
Yeah, I think because when he showed up in court and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't mind us bringing. Technically, Rachel Maddow brought him up first.
No, because we actually got, it's Dr. Friction, Dr. Professor.
Yeah. Well, because the newspapers would have written about Professor Friction, hence post-dated.
By the way, Michael, I don't know if you saw my note in the chat, but Issa has a earpiece in about Rosalina watching.
Yeah, about this point, you just hear Rosalina like, I'm seeing the previews, and it looks like it's Chuck Carlson and the Militia-Man.
Oh Lord!
He got out. God,
I think I don't know if anybody's looking at her right now, but she's just like, does y'all hear her do a heavy sigh? I think she's like in the it's like a 3-2 situation where 3 people are sitting in the front and 2 in the back. She's in the back, and you just hear her inhale heavily.
Yeah. And also, Rachel, you have to think about how many more people have powers nowadays, and how are we as a society going to move forward with that? Back in the day, Starflame was of her generation, as you recall, she had to be quite a bit quite late in life. But like back in that time, she was one of thousands, millions even of people who have powers. Now we have it's not confirmed that Issa does or doesn't have powers, right? Like potentially Issa could have powers, and who's to say? Right? Because like you could have, as far as because we're trying to keep this shit locked down secret, you could have a reflex type power, and who would know, right?
Out of character. We're talking out of character, but yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
In
we
character,
have
that'd
up
be a
and
very weird conversation to have
yeah,
in front of.
God,
Yeah.
no.
In front of Ray
We have up
Tomato.
to yeah, we have up to 5 people at just one small private school.
At least.
How many more in the next generation? And how are we going to keep? How are we going to teach people how to handle these things and what to do with them? And even then, the advancements in technology, a regular person can keep up just as well with the rest of us.
And with that too, we do got to realize that in order for our society to be better and growing with it, we have to be more accepting with everything that happens. And if we aren't, biases and bigotry happens. And if they have that technology, like Marrow Rosalind says, then things can go down. Like for example, I just heard live update that Tucker Carlson's talking to Mega Man, so and we can see the bigotry that happens with that man and what he's possessed and done, and how he continues to consume the media and fire up these folks to be such bigoted blah, it bleeps because she curses a-holes.
There's moments she's like,
Which in turn pushes the government to be biased against us, and therefore we get in this whole situation again.
so are you saying super should be a protected class?
Not protected, just not being, ostracized and beaten down and sought out to destroy. That's not what we're wanting to do what we can. Some people are born into it. Some people get these powers by,
Goop.
accidents. Some people get it from the rift, maybe. I don't know. Like things happen. Like some people come from the rift. They're still people. They're still trying to do everything that they can to be better, or at least most of them do from what I've seen.
She goes, what are your plans for the future? Because I think many of you are graduating soon.
I would
Yes.
I thought he was just,
exactly.
are we saying seniors since we're coming towards the end of masks?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah, sure.
So what are your plans when you leave high school? What's the future hold for the elementals?
I'd like to keep being an elemental for a little bit while longer while I figure out what I want to do. But I think when it comes down to it, I might want to try to become a psychologist for people who have different physical abilities, especially ones that people don't look at as kindly as being on fire or teleporting. Uh, when I came into my powers, I wanted something way more traditional, and it took me a long time to be comfortable in my own skin, or lack thereof in certain aspects.
And for the rest of you?
I'd like to stay in elemental too, but I want to learn more about the rift. I want to see what's out there, and I want to learn more about it. But I don't want to leave. I want to stay here.
I think for me, I just want to make sure that, eventually instead of fighting villains all the time, we're actually able to put more time into just helping people. Obviously, fighting villains is a big part of the job, but, maybe we shouldn't have to fight 20 to 30 villains over the course of a month or two. Maybe there should be time in there to like stop some fires. And, I don't know exactly what it's going to take to get there, but that's what I would like to see.
I don't know. The thought of this not being here terrifies me
Ooh, this is Johnny's moment of truth.
because I don't want to be alone again.
Zaylan reaches over and takes his hand.
Oh. I think Issa goes last because she's thinking about it, and she's like, well, I want to keep doing good. Be with the elementals, or if we split ways, I still want to do good for the city, for this world. And I want to not only help out the team that I can, but if others are looking to do good, help them out too.
Right? She goes, and that would be the Elementals, bringing out our new Rosalind Marrow, child of Starflame, to the world. And then kind of goes, and we're off. There's a moment, and then she just goes, she's like, thank you, that was great. Apparently, Chuck Carlson, like, we bring it up because now it's in a different studio.
Ugh.
Is the same studio, like, is it the same building or is it different buildings?
Different buildings.
Okay.
And they bring it up. It's like this will, considering how Chuck's been, this will probably have to do with you.
I mean, he's talking to Magaman. Of course, he's going to deal with us.
Yeah.
No, I think it's fine. I think he just wants to talk to his friend.
Yeah, I'm glad he wasn't in my life. My God, what a jag! I bet I would have turned out to be a jag.
When it shows up, it's got him and Militiaman speaking, and he's
Militiaman. I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah, Militiaman's got like a Bible in his hands, and he's sitting there and with him in the room. They're sort of like, and you can, there's like the chains and stuff from the prison cell and such. And as they're talking, he goes, I've told my lawyer about this, and we're looking more into information, but like, you had come to me. You had shown up and told me about what's happened, and then took me out of this place. And there's a moment where he just goes, can you describe when you left, when you were teleported out, what that felt like? Jester, what does it feel like when you teleport someone someplace?
Didn't you say like our stomach drops out a little bit?
What happens?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
When I teleport someone, there's a pretty big flash of light, and for what it feels like, I think it just feels like you just came out of the vomit comet or something. Like you feel that like stomach dropping sensation.
Okay.
Oh my God.
He tells him this, and Tucker kind of reaches over, a lot of empathy. And you were just trying to protect the people at the school, correct? Because my daughter's there, and I just wanted to make sure that she and everyone else were safe. And then he just goes, I'm going to play you a recording that I made about something similar that happened to me. Because as many of you know, I have a son who not only can teleport, but also can create illusions. And this is what it feels like to be teleported. And then, like, you hear his voice describing it. And, like, describes it differently, but essentially the same kind of idea. It was, you magically appeared outside of the prison. You were giving your weapons and such, and you showed up at the school as I told you to. You were teleported in a way that my son, who I'll remind people, broke into my house with members of the Elementals and stole a bunch of stuff, alcohol in particular. On the same night, when he grabbed and teleported me away in the middle of an interview. You love your child, and I'm sorry that I have failed with my child the way I know you won't fail with yours. And it goes to commercial break.
Johnny?
How big's the screen? How big's the screen?
These are some of those big ones that are there for like a whole bunch of people to see things as necessary.
I hold up an iPad for Issa to punch through.
Issa just takes the iPad and just throws it.
Johnny Johnny looks at Jester and goes, Did you let Militia Man out?
Of course he didn't. Johnny?
No. What are you talking about?
How about we not have this conversation here?
Yeah, it's
Well,
just like,
I mean, it doesn't really matter because everyone saw that. That's out. That was live. So we all saw that. The world saw that.
That's some fucking speculation. You think there's not another horrible bone monster person out there? You think there's not another person who can teleport?
and there's at which point Rachel Maddow says we can go back on camera if you want to immediately. And then Tommaso pops up. Nope. You should not do. We should go somewhere else.
All right,
I agree.
We should walk somewhere else and not. I will not. Yeah.
We'll get a car.
Daniel Demuse.
Does he have a big enough car for all of us?
Will fit.
He's got like an Uber Black or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Uber XL.
He's got an Uber XL now. He's moved up in the world.
I think Issa shakes Rachel's hand. It's like, thank you for taking your time for us.
It's just like I have a feeling you'll be on the news again soon.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I feel like you're right.
Keep us in mind.
For news.
When aren't we?
Yeah.
So
This moment of truth sucks.
are we getting
Chuck
into?
Carlson is here.
Are we getting away?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Johnny, I got no idea what Chuck's talking about. Let's be real. There's a lot of people who can do what I do. Issa can do what I do. So
I mean, it's because of technology.
exactly.
Okay.
Also,
But
are you
most
don't
people
not say
can't-
my name in front of people?
We're in the
I
car
thought
now.
Michael said
It's-
we got away.
Daniel. Dude, that's not the fuck I am.
You don't trust
Oh.
Daniel?
I don't.
Daniel, you didn't hear that.
Nope. I try not to pay attention when you guys are in the car.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good man.
Put the divider up, Daniel.
Yeah, and Rosalind, like the moment of truth also can be like in the middle of a scene where like a specific thing where you're having to come to it. So you can that's not gone.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to use that moment to find a way to beat Chuck Carlson's ass then.
So okay, good. I'm glad it wasn't you. Oh,
Now, somebody Chuck Carlson, I don't know why he's lying about it, but clearly we saw on that video that it was Chuck Carlson who must have let him out of prison. So, oh wait, no, we didn't. There was no
We never
video.
found that.
There?
Nobody's found that.
The video
yet.
got wiped.
ah.
You don't have proof of that. Unless did your mom say she wiped that video?
No, that was out
No,
of character.
That didn't get wiped. It was just missing. Remember?
Well, I assumed that meant that it got wiped. I didn't think there was
Oh.
like a physical tape that was missing. I thought it was like that guy, whoever was doing security that night, just blew.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
It's been a while. I'm trying to remember what have you done with what did you do to cover your tracks on that one?
I was illusioned up as Chuck, and I made it look like Chuck reached down to like a teleportation device that looked like Issa's and teleported into the cell and did that. I did not cover my tracks as in terms of like deleting the video.
Okay, so yeah, basically that video will it would not have been shown. Probably.
The video would have shown Chuck Carlson.
But it was
Yeah, but I was saying
But-
it hasn't been shown publicly. So yeah, that is somewhere.
Yeah, we should probably figure out next steps and how we're gonna fight this. Maybe in court, maybe with a libel suit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Rosalina goes, yeah, they just showed the tape from the prison, and they've got Chuck Carlson out like at the same time. They've got like timestamps and everything that he was not there at the same time.
I basically, when she starts talking, kind of like do like a double tap so everybody gets in their earpieces,
Yep.
so everybody can hear that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. Well, there's a lot of people who can do these things. So
Like who?
points at Isa.
Okay, not
I
you
can't look
can't
like you.
become people. Who can
I
do
don't
what
have
you do?
disguises.
That's a different. That's
Tech-
just two different machines. That's not that hard.
I mean,
She doesn't have
We
a
don't
second
need to have.
machine.
Okay, we don't need to solve this. This is not our fucking problem. All we need to do is prove that it wasn't Jester. And why would Jester need a teleportation device when Jester can just fucking teleport? Huh?
Good point.
that's a very good defense.
Now maybe we can find some timestamps of Jester, but also, like, Jester's not a fucking newscaster. We don't have video of him all the time. So we'll do what we can do. Ugh, once again, brother, ruining a moment.
Yep.
What if we
Hey.
just don't acknowledge it? I mean, it seems
Yes.
more like Chuck's trying to cover his ass and make it seem like he didn't commit a crime.
That's true. If anything, we could just be like, this is fucking beneath us.
Yeah, this is like we can just if they come to us like say this sounds like somebody trying to cover up a crime and blame his child again. He's literally treading the same ground a second time, using the same lines a second time. So let's just
Ignore it.
What is he gonna? They've got no proof it was you. Like you said, there's probably someone out there who has has a beef against Chuck Carlson and is and.
Furthermore, why would you let him out so that he would attack the school?
Exactly
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
What benefit is there to that to you? Like that makes no sense for you to do that at all.
Right.
Like it would be insane for someone
It seems
to do
more likely that Chuck Carlson paid somebody who looked like him to like be a timestamp somewhere else and then broke back and got out of prison.
Ibrahim, mark either guilty or insecure.
Hey, Michael.
Yep.
Also, can I do a Pierce the Mask?
I was about to ask if someone wanted to do something like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not doing that shit.
Pierce the
I trust
Mask
my nephew
versus- what is it?
implicitly.
It's oh good because I have nothing in mundane, so this is gonna be fine. Where are my d6s? Actually, be prepared. I'm not. Here we go.
Hey, Michael, off topic. Can I unclick damage at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, so I have a negative too. Cool. To this.
12.
Try to pierce that mask, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Pierce it good.
That's a 9 on the dice, so that's a 7.
You can ask one.
Oh man, this is more like what they're planning to do, what they're wanting to do, like, but nothing like reading them. Like this is okay.
You would think you still might, because you know people enough, you might have picked up not necessarily the truth of it, but that, because at the very least, Jester's in a position where something has to happen because of this, so you may not have, like, the full, but you might be able to ask a question, one of those, like, really planning on what do you want you guys to do, because some of it could just be, like, if it wants you all to, like, not ask questions too closely, that's something you might be able to pick out, depending on what it is that you ask. So yeah, I would go ahead and ask, and there's probably a way to make it either with what Jester's going to be doing or an idea of what's going on now.
What do you intend to do?
Okay. I think what you see from Jester in this moment is that he is like very pointedly seems to be looking for a break in the conversation for a moment so that he can leave and teleport away to go somewhere.
I think with that, I think Issa just like sort of just puts a hand on his shoulder and like hold like kind of like because you have like straps and like stuff like just sort of like on your jacket, right? Or your hoodie.
Yeah.
I kind of like also like in a way like inconspicuously like loop my finger around it. So if you disappear, I go with you.
Put your hand on my...
Fair.
So like I do that very and
You try
Issa's
to be sneaky
sly.
about it.
Issa's sly. Issa has deft hands. Like she just like sort of like does that and sort of just like loops her finger and like holds tightly.
Okay. I don't think there's a roll to see if Jester notices that, so I'll just keep that in mind.
And
But
she's like,
yeah,
I think we need to get somewhere where we're not in a car and discuss what we plan to do next.
100%, 100%. And I like the plan of just kind of not acknowledging this. Doesn't have any hard evidence. So maybe we should just we'll have to reconvene. I gotta run, but it was a good interview with Maddow. We'll deal with this Carlson thing at a later date. Peace, y'all. And Jester's just going to teleport away to Gammer's house.
Gamers want people.
Is that going to take Issa with you?
If Issa is all up in my like jacket, then I think it is going to drag Issa with me.
Yeah.
Inside Gammer's house or
I think Gammer's
he has
has
that
like a secret basement,
Yeah.
like cool
He has
room.
that secret lair.
I've never been in this.
What does his underground layer look like?
It's basically it's like a nice basement, like that's been
nice.
set up, and it's got all sorts of like LED lights and such in it to make it all look moody and everything else.
Does he have like his villain suit in a tube?
No, he's got that just on a thing, but he's also got like
Okay.
he's got like refrigerators to have energy drinks and stuff.
I always just imagined that he had like one wall was just like a Batman computer array for some reason. Like computers don't need to be that big anymore, but for some reason it's just an entire wall of monitors with like a single chair.
So he's got so when you teleport down there. So first of all, he's like this to y'all. Now what you notice is shoulders are bare. There's like World of Warcraft and a big thing here. And he just turns, and he's just sort of like hugging the thing, and again you're seeing bare shoulders peek out of the thing. And he's like, wait, oh,
Gammers,
knock before. What are you?
Come on, it's.
Where you him and go?
I just kind of behind it. You can kind of. He's wearing underwear, but that's it. The thing is, he's kind of hiding behind the chair.
And I think as Jester's like they're talking to him, I think that's when Issa's like, so this is where you go whenever you need to run, huh?
Jesus! What the fuck?
And then she actually kind of pulls on your jacket and lets it go, just so like.
What the fuck?
Why are you running?
Someone hand me
I'm
my
not
robe
running.
and turn
I'm going
around.
to hang out with my friend.
Someone hand me my robe and turn around.
I just take it and just throw it at him. And then
I'm turning and just going into the fridge and grabbing some monster.
Yeah.
More monster?
Yeah.
More monster. There's never enough.
Sorry guys, I'm not gonna be able to finish the raid. Duty calls.
Gammers, we can wait. We can wait for you to finish the raid. How close are you?
Yeah, you finish your raid. I gotta talk to him.
You got some more time. We'll be right back. I'm sorry. I should have texted you. Good luck with the fucking raid.
So we'll scoot off to the side, so we're like on the other side, so he can like have his game in peace.
Yeah, he's like, okay. I guess I can. All right. We're gonna take from the left, and he starts.
I didn't know he was a raid captain. That's cool.
The fuck are you doing?
I have a life outside of the elementals.
Okay, and so running straight to Gammers is your life?
What? Running is a really loaded term for you to be
You
using
left
right
the
now.
conversation that we were having.
Yeah,
and you're acting hella shady about it.
No, I waited until we were done talking and then I left. You're the one who fucking decided to grab me and teleport with me.
Because you're like, oh, I need to get out of this conversation. You're giving out cells. I can read people.
You're being really weird right now.
I'm being weird. You're the one who's being weird.
Ibrahim, mark insecure, and Issa, go ahead and mark angry.
Oh,
There's
she's
no
already
mo-
angry.
There's no more.
She's
Uh,
angry, guilty, and insecure, babies.
Oh,
She mad. She big mad.
okay. Issa, I respect you a lot as like the team leader or whatever, but right now you are really fucking being weird. You're being really
I'm being
obsessive
weird.
about
You're
this.
the one who's fucking lying to us.
And maybe I have my reasons.
Why? What are your reasons? Explain it. We're here. It's just you and me. Explain your reasons.
Can I pierce the mask to see?
Mhm.
Okay.
roll plus mundane.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
My
I
new
have a
OT.
question.
John, Steve, I saw that. It's a you and me and our friend Steve. Da 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 da. It's Steve.
My
That
new
is-
OT3.
That's a 9. Do I take a minus on pierce the mask from what
You-
I have? I do have angry marked, so that's only a 7.
That's still get asked one question.
Okay. The in this moment, how could Jester hurt Obsidian's feelings bad enough that she would leave? What are you sensitive enough about?
I was going off the questions that were there, so I'm just like, hold on. I gotta change my brain set.
Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
that
The
would be.
thing is-
How could I get your character to leave? But I
Yeah.
rephrased it in a.
By being honest, honestly, that's one thing.
Okay.
Because she's got a keen eye on you now that she's like, I know tales. I've grown up with a bunch of liars my whole life. She's like, she can read people, so.
Well, sometimes honesty comes out in ways you don't expect. All right, listen, Obsidian. Let's cut the crap. We both know that you're not really the fucking leader of this joint. All right? You don't lead us. You boss us around. You tell us what to do. You tell us to jump, and we're supposed to say how high. This isn't a dictatorship. And you don't get to control who I talk to, who I spend my time with, and what I do. So why don't you get your fucking head out of your ass and give me some fucking space, huh?
And I think with that, there's a pause. And she's just, even though she's got her goggles, you can feel her staring straight into your soul. And as quick as you can see it, she just headbutts him, and I'm clearing angry, straight in the nose, and then just hits her button and leaves, and teleports out.
Roll to see if my nose is broken? Nah, it's broken.
What's
And
happening?
I'm gonna, it's not really a punch, but I'm gonna also take my dry punch someone you probably shouldn't. And clear that one.
Okay, yeah.
And I cleared angry because I lashed out physically.
Can I clear angry because I hurt someone?
Yeah.
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 What's happening in the car? Yeah, Tommaso does say.
Who's driving the car?
Daniel.
Good.
Danny.
Uh-oh.
And we lost
Who's
Sarah.
driving the car?
Or,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there she
or
is.
Sarah was very concerned.
All right, can you guys hear? Can you guys hear me
Yes,
now?
you're good now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, my
you're good
internet's
now.
being
Uh,
freaking weird.
Tommaso, text my aunt. Is our house surrounded by paparazzis?
Because yeah,
Anything?
there's a couple there's a couple there.
Do you think I need my mom. Where can we go there, or can you bring her to me?
I mean, we can go there, get in the house. You've got a couple people here who can run interference for you.
Johnny, Zaylin, you run interference. Also, do you want to come inside? Or no?
Yeah,
you guys
we
want to go to
can.
your
I'll handle the crowd and get them away. You guys can go inside.
Johnny,
Hmm.
you should come inside after you handle the crowd.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna fight my way inside my own house.
There's not that many yet because it's like,
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, there are a couple out there like
just stay in the car till they all come running to me,
yeah,
and then bolt for the door.
and they're
You
like,
got it.
yeah, Johnny, is Rosalind ready to talk about things with her mother? Like, does her sister have the powers that her mother had? Does Chuck Carlson have any powers?
Besides being a dick, no, Chuck Carlson has no powers that we know of. As for the sister, we're not going to talk about Maeve. She has not chosen to reveal anything about herself. We're going to keep that private for now. As far as Marrow, what did you ask? How are things with her and her mom? Her mom died at a young age, tragically. So she still struggles with that from time to time. You know how it
With the rest
is.
of you running into the house?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Immediate.
Yeah.
I think once Johnny sees that the door's closed, he's gonna be like, "Hey, there's Marrow. You should go interview her."
Well, they would have seen Rosalind run in. It's not like they.
Oh, damn it. But yeah. Anyway, you all have a wonderful night. I just
Just fly over the house and come in the back door.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta test the study for to the back door and like come through the sliding glass door and just like, I got it.
Cool.
Yeah, Tommaso just goes, if what they said about Jester is true, there's going to be some legal shit coming down upon at least Jester, but maybe the rest of you too.
Whatever, Tommaso, I don't care. Mom, he ruined it again. One thing in my life without him coming and fucking ruining it.
And she gives you a big hug. She's like, that's kind of what Chuck does.
If I was mom, I would have left him as a baby too. I bet she could see that he was bad when he came out. I should have said that on TV.
He wasn't around much, when you were young. There's a reason for that. He used to be better than this, but
I don't think he was. I think he was just pretending, like how I pretend.
do you need anything? Will you eat you something, or?
No, can we hang out with you guys for Johnny Zayland? Do you guys mind hanging out here for a bit?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, anything you need.
I don't even have an idea of what we're going to do about the Jester thing. How
Sarah's
to prove his
frozen.
innocence. Ew. I froze? Oh,
No,
Sarah.
Sarah had frozen for a moment. Voice came through, but the picture was frozen. Issa, where did you teleport to?
Right.
I guess back
We
home.
we don't know. We didn't know about anything.
Oh, Sarah, we're
Sarah, sorry.
Oh, I'm still here.
no,
Yeah.
your voice came through, but like you weren't moving on the thing.
Yeah, no, my internet's so bad right now, so yeah, I'm gonna freeze up a little bit from time to time.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Mo, where did you teleport to?
I guess back home because I knew y'all were headed back to your house, right?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't know that's where the car was going.
No.
Okay. Also, by the way, y'all saw Issa disappear at the same time, like Jester did.
Yeah. So that's par for the course at this point.
Yeah, Issa
I also
runs a
said I was
lot.
going to leave.
Yeah.
Well, Issa did not say she was going to leave.
Issa didn't.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she takes off a lot. Like it's like Jester's gone, Issa's gone. Okay, yeah, Issa makes sense. Yeah.
Probably needed to talk to Jester about something, or I'm assuming at least at one point one of us has accidentally teleported with Jester. Maybe we thought it was one of those.
And yeah, I think she goes back home because she can't handle seeing the rest of the crew right now. And as soon as she gets in the apartment, she just like again flings off her shit and just like finds the punching bag and just like kicks it and like kicks it probably off the hook and like across the room in frustration. I don't know if Rosalina's home, but yeah.
Rosalina's like head kind of pokes out of her room. You okay?
You know I fucking hate liars, right?
Yeah.
You know I hate people lying. All I wanted was the truth about the situation, not how he fucking felt about me. And like, she'll like take something and like throw it. Like, I don't know, maybe she rips off her jacket and like flings it across like the living room.
He says, "Oh, well, he fucked up, didn't he?"
I just wanted a straight fucking answer. That's all I wanted. Instead, he came after me and who I am. I'm trying to look out for the best of everybody in the team, but it like she flips a table. She's so pissed off.
Yeah, she's like Rosalina just kind of like backs up a little bit and is just like, maybe give him a day. He might have gotten his back in a corner.
And I'm here to help, but he doesn't fucking want it. And like we'll take the couch and like flip it up also.
And she just goes, yeah, what was she goes, Issa? I come from a family of fuck ups and liars.
So do I.
And you know that sometimes it takes him a little bit. So I'm saying Jester's he's a good guy, but he fucked up, it seems like. So maybe check in later to see if you get the truth. And maybe don't destroy our living room.
You're right. And she'll like go and grab like a hoodie and like a balaclava and she's like, I'll be back, and like hits her button and disappears.
Okay. It's like, and she's just sitting there going, well, fuck. Jester.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I think after that confrontation, I just go back and tell Gammers like, "Hey, sorry for the intrusion, man. I was gonna ask you something, but it's not a good time right now. I'm gonna head out. Sorry for
Okay,
this."
Yeah, I hope it goes better.
Yeah, well, we'll see. All right. Enjoy the raid, dude.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just pop back home.
Like straight to your bedroom, or are you going like living room stuff?
Probably just into the living room and then just like check around, see if mom's up, and then if
Yeah,
not,
as you come,
head up to bed.
she just goes, "Gee, fuck, tell me when you're gonna do that."
Broken
Sorry,
nose and all.
sorry. Hey, do you know how to fix or like set a broken nose?
Come here. This is gonna hurt.
Ah!
How'd you get
That was
that?
actually not that bad. That was pretty okay.
How'd you get that?
Oh, you know, the usual. Um,
Did your dad give
Villain.
this to you,
No, villain.
Billy?
Yeah.
What Chuck said tonight? Is that true?
Um, which part?
She just gives you her head kind of cocks and she just kind of pins you with a look.
Okay. I've already gotten in trouble for this once tonight, so I'll be honest. I might have done something that I thought I was being asked to do, but that maybe was not intended.
You broke a supervillain out of jail and gave him his equipment so that he could go to a high school during an interview with Chuck Carlson.
When you say it like that, it sounds like a really bad idea.
Did you have some sort of Incredibles plan?
Kind of. Actually, the idea was more like interrupt the interview, prevent him from stirring up more hatred against super like powered teens, show the whole world like, hey, we're super useful and helpful, and actually we should be there. Um, didn't really work out the way I thought.
Congratulations. I don't think there's a single way that didn't blow up in your face.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
You got some cleaning up to do.
Yep. Might need to find a new team too.
She gives you a hug.
He just breaks down. Starts
Aw.
crying. That's
And
fucked up.
Johnny and Zaylin.
Mm.
I'm after, I don't know if Morrow eventually crashes or you all hang out there for the night, or what ends up happening with you two?
I assume we stay at Marrow's, but I have a feeling like Marrow or Rosalind crashes before Johnny and Zaylin do.
I think we go up to the roof of the house.
Yeah. Johnny just kind of like, I think he's staring at the stars, and then he looks over at Zaylin. He's like, "Do you think Billy was lying?"
About not being involved?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Believe him. Why do I believe everybody?
You believed he was telling the truth?
Yeah, I did. I
You
did.
believe everybody because you believe in the best in people, which is a good thing, Johnny. It's a good thing. It's why people like you. You really do want people to be their best. And that's a wonderful thing.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
So the incident with the Intrepids and you.
Yeah.
I played the scenario in my head thousands of times, replaying the incident, you in Blake's office, the Mandroid armor's coming, and the choice is them or you. And I feel guilty about it every time. But every time I play the scenario in my head, I would make the same choice. And I don't know if that's good or bad, because I don't think there's ever a scenario that I wouldn't pick you. And that scares me.
Thank you. I'm glad you picked me. And I'm glad you saved me. I think the Intrepids can be a little myopic sometimes in their understanding of our world and of humanity. But I also know that Elijah was willing to risk my life to get what's the other one's name?
Ian.
Ian back. And maybe they don't understand, but it's not their job to understand. Maybe they don't want to forgive, and that's fine if they don't want to forgive.
Yeah. I don't really care if they forgive me. I just want to make sure that everyone else does.
What do you mean?
The way everyone reacted when it was revealed that I did that, I felt like everyone hated me. And all I could do was run. And now that the question that was asked in that interview, what's next? I'm even more terrified. Because I don't know what comes after this. And I don't want to lose this.
I think
What am I if I'm not with all of you?
you are Johnny Styles.
Yeah, why don't we fade there? Because I've got to also got to get going here soon. We'll say something that no one here sees, of course, but a helicopter lands on the roof of a building, and you see for the first time in a while, Jason Blake disembarks, goes down the steps into his penthouse. As he goes in, some of it like lights up as he enters, and there's a figure standing across from him. Dominus comes forward with an orb in his hand, holding it forward. Jason comes, takes the orb, smiles, and goes, "You really wanted me to have this?" Dominus just goes, "It's the way it has to be." And things fade.
Ah,
Of course, Jason Blake would make this fucking fascist robot.
Let people know where to find you.
No end of session stuff.
No, I've got to go to the bathroom here pretty quick, and we'll
Okay.
hit that later.
All right.
Nessa, you can find me everywhere under Loch Nessa. LOCHNEASSA. Anime, maybe? Who knows?
I'm Sarah. I am Powerful Week 1 on TikTok and Powerful Week almost everywhere else.
I'm Ibrahim. You can find me everywhere at cosmic_Ebe.
I'm Mo. You can find me all over the internet at Setting the Bases.
Steve, I'm the Dragon X on TikTok.
And I'm Improv GM pretty much everywhere, and we'll catch you later.